So yesterday was the final day of operation for Scorpion at Busch Gardens, Tampa. So today I decided to give my thoughts on the roller coaster to pay respects and say goodbye to it. I'm from Southern California, so I have no emotional connection to Scorpion, and I only got to ride it twice. I rode it once on my first visit in 2023 to Busch Gardens, Tampa, and I rode it a second time in 2024. I actually thought about skipping it in 2024, but I'm glad I made the time for it now that we know it's gone forever. It really sucks that Busch Gardens Tampa gave no notice for this closure. It was announced a week in advance, which is just absolutely ridiculous. This situation is not unlike how Knott's Berry Farm handled the closure / renovation of Montezuma's Revenge, which of course is another classic Schwarzkopf. And it seems that ride experience is never going to be the same, and I'm really frustrated with the lack of communication that Knott's Berry Farm has had. Busch Gardens Tampa is kind of in the same boat with the lack of communication. You could have made this announcement before summer started, so you could have had all summer to say goodbye to Scorpion. Sometimes it feels like theme park management doesn't understand that theme park attractions are not like movies. When you take out a ride, it's gone forever, and there's no way to relive that experience. So for that reason, these rides mean a lot to a lot of people. Obviously, theme parks mean a lot to me. I have an entire YouTube channel dedicated to theme parks. So I really understand when a ride closes, it's gone forever, and there's no way to get it back. So I feel sympathy for people who are upset with this decision. So let's dig into this ride experience to say goodbye to it. So the trains are identical to the trains on Montezuma's Revenge, which made me really nostalgic. Those classic Schwarzkopf trains are really cozy, and they're very boxy, but I like them. The minimal ratcheting lap bars are really cool. So you start with the lift, hill, and drop. Not too tall, not too memorable. I don't remember any laterals. I should say that I don't remember which row I got to ride this attraction in 2023, but in 2024 I rode in row 3. But after that, the coaster throws you into the loop. This is a very classic Schwarzkopf inversion. They just don't make these like they used to. That being said, though, this might be my least favorite Schwarzkopf inversion because you just have less speed. My standard is Montezuma's Revenge, and in my opinion, the one on Montezuma's Revenge was way more intense than the one on Scorpion. But it's still really, really fun. These Schwarzkopf inversions are obviously more memorable than a generic teardrop loop that every roller coaster ever has. But right after the loop is actually my favorite part of the ride. You got a really sweet head chopper with the track right above you. That was a really big surprise for me. In 2024 when I rode it, I actually ducked down because I forgot it was there, and it just shocked me. So that's a really awesome head chopper. The following helix is fine. Not too many laterals, and then the coaster goes through its own loop, which is really cool. I love that visual. Love when any roller coaster does that. And then it has one more helix before the brakes. This final helix actually has much more laterals, so it's much more memorable, a much better element, and that'll conclude your Scorpion ride experience. So it's a pretty short ride, but it's classic. It's one of those family thrill coasters, so it's a really solid ride experience. I would say any coaster with an inversion is not a family coaster, but that's just my definition. If you're really sad about Scorpion closing, I had the unique opportunity to ride Scorpion and then Colossus the Fire Dragon not too long after at Lagoon, and that ride is basically an upscaled version of Scorpion, so for that reason it is a better ride. So if you're able to and you're really sad about Scorpion closing, you should go out to Lagoon and get a few laps on Colossus the Fire Dragon. Since Busch Gardens Tampa is such a high profile park in the United States, the rumor mill has been going crazy about what this park is going to do for the future and how they're going to replace it. There's always talk about a Giga going to this park, maybe an LSM launch coaster like Pantheon. So we'll see what happens. I'm obviously hopeful we get one of those two, but we'll see. SeaWorld seems to have a fascination with family attractions right now, and I'm not sure how that's working out for them, because obviously in the Florida market, families are going to be drawn to the much better family attractions that Disney and Universal both have. So if you want to compete in this family market game, you have to put in something more interesting than a generic launch coaster or a B&M invert. We'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you later.